Hello everyone watching on YouTube, and welcome to Ōkami HD. I have never played this game before, and I know almost nothing about this game. I know that it has a very unique art style, and that's about it. I also know that it's like about a dog named Amaterasu with magical powers, or something like that. I know very, very little, but I'm playing this on my PlayStation 5, the HD version. This was one of the sub-goals that we had, was suggested by some viewers, and I had always been interested in Ōkami, because I had heard about it over the years, but literally never saw anything about it or played it myself. So I thought, you know what? This is a good opportunity to make that happen. So here we are, we're gonna new game it up. Ōkami. Oh, Ōkami. It's more of a wolf. Wolf, dog, they're the same thing. They're all good boys. Oh, we're reading this like a manga. Okay, right to left. Okay, now it's left to right. I don't know what to believe anymore. Long, long ago. By the way, chat, I did not have time to test out audio settings or anything, so let me know if we need to adjust as we go. A tiny hamlet known as Kamiki lay nestled in a grove of proud and beautiful cherry blossoms. Each and every tree around the quiet burg was honored as a god. Every tree? All of them? However, the village was not without its dark secrets. You know. Isn't that how it always goes? Oh dear. To satiate the appetite of Orochi, a fearsome cave-dwelling beast. Oh, the nine-headed serpent. Okay, cool, cool. A young maiden was offered as a sacrifice at the annual festival. Okay, very Japanese folklore, as chat said it would be. With a body like a mountain and 8 heads mounted on necks the size of tree trunks, its blood-red eyes alone were said to curse anyone who gazed into them. No one dared disobey the horrific beast. Well, yeah, very scary. Did I say 9-headed instead of 8? Yeah, it's 8-headed. My bad. I'm used to saying 9. 9 is normally the number they go with. When the night of the sacrifice drew near, a mysterious white wolf appeared outside the village. This wolf, its coat as brilliant as snow, was dubbed Shirainu. Isn't that the name of the King of Fighters character that was too sexy to get into Smash? The wolf kept a watchful eye on anyone who ventured outside the village and made a habit of patrolling the streets at night. People assumed the wolf to be a familiar of Orochi. One villager took it upon himself to face the fearsome Shirainu. I might be mispronouncing that. The warrior Nagi attempted many times to challenge the wolf, but his attempts were thwarted by Shirainu's swift movements. Good dog. Before long, the night of the accursed festival had arrived. A white-plumed arrow heralded the coming sacrifice. Piercing the sky, the arrow sunk its shaft squarely into... Oh no! The home of Nami, the village's most beautiful maiden. Ah, yes, the One Piece character. I too watch anime. Nagi, harboring a secret love for Nami, was enraged by this sign. Well, of course he loves her. Their names are almost the same, except for one consonant. Shiranui. Yeah, that makes N-U-I, that makes sense. It should be Nui instead of just Shirainu. Determined to put an end to Orochi once and for all, Nagi traveled to the beast's cave in place of his beloved. The Moon Cave, a place as dark as evil itself, served as Orochi's home. As Nagi stood bravely before the entrance, a beast appeared, eyes glowing crimson upon 8 thrashing necks. Orochi stood tall before him, anxious for another sacrifice. Nagi leapt with incredible grace, swinging his blade valiantly. Have you considered, like, having a reasonable discussion? Maybe if you offered Orochi 8 cups of tea, he might be willing to negotiate. On and on he sliced, well into the moonless night. But Orochi's hide was like steel. The blade left nary a scratch. Yo, I hope we get to fight Orochi in this game. That'd be sick, fighting the Eight-Headed Serpent. At long last, Nagi, his energy spent from the intense battle, dropped to his knees, fatigued and gasping for breath. He knew he was staring death in the face. It was then that the wolf appeared. As if to protect Nagi, it stood its ground before Orochi. In the darkness of the cave, the wolf's coat shone brilliantly. Alas, it was Shirai-Niu. No, how do you... Shirai-Niu? Shirai-Niu? Look. The wolf. The wolf that dwelled outside the village. Bearing its fearsome claws, the wolf leapt toward Orochi. Orochi reared its terrifying heads, readying its fangs for battle. The two beasts struggled wildly, thrashing in the darkness, and then Itachi showed up and used the Totsuka blade and sealed Orochi, but sorry, different anime. Mysterious and terrifying, the spectacle continued. Shirai-Niu summoned gusts of divine wind to counter Orochi's flames. Excuse me, I believe in Persona 5, Yamato no Orochi uses ice skills, not fire. As Orochi closed in on the wolf, sharpened claws glistening, a gigantic tree suddenly sprouted forth, shielding the wolf. And trees are gods, as we've learned. The wolf fought gallantly to gain the upper hand. However, Orochi, protected by a mystical power, was not easily bested. Oh, you mean the giant fire-breathing eight-headed snake wasn't beaten by the singular tree? My immersion is ruined. The wolf, covered in gashes, majestic coat dyed crimson, stood exhausted before the mighty Orochi. Can we get to the part about Amaterasu? The wolf that we play as is named Amaterasu, right? I can pronounce Amaterasu. I watched plenty of Naruto. Orochi saw a chance to strike what would be the final blow. But the wolf refused to give in. With its last ounce of strength, the majestic wolf gazed heavenward and unleashed a mighty howl. Suddenly, the black clouds overhead dissipated. The light from above glinted off Nagi's sword as a beacon of hope. Guided by his sword, Nagi, who had been taking shelter in the shadows, stood proudly to face his adversary, channeling all his strength into... It got really loud all of a sudden. All his strength into his scarred and battered arms, he leapt ferociously towards Orochi, his sword poised high. The golden sword danced in his hands like a puppet on a string. One by one, Orochi's fearsome heads separated from their owner, and then it was revealed that Orochi was a Hydra all along. He fell into the same trap as Hercules. Orochi's broken body collapsed in a lake of its own blood. Ew. In that instant, the curse that plagued the villagers was lifted. As the battle subsided, the sun shone once again in the sky. The wolf had succumbed to Orochi's poison and struggled to breathe. Nagi scooped the beast into his arms and returned to Kamiki. When they reached the village, I'm gonna try and pronounce this one more time. Shirai-Niu was no longer moving. The village elder gently stroked the wolf's head. In response, Shirai-Niu sounds stupid. Shirai-Niu sounds so much better. Let out a hoarse and pitiful bark. Then closed its eyes and drifted off as if into slumber. I can't take it seriously when it ends in Nui. It sounds like a 5-year-old named it. Peace had at last returned to Kamiki Village. In honor of the wolf's heroic exploits, the villagers erected a shrine and placed a statue of the wolf within it. What a good dog. Nagi's sword was christened Tsukuyomi. I know that. I watch Naruto. And placed inside the moon cave. I also played Persona 4. It turns out a lot of the Japanese role-playing games that I play or Japanese anime that I watch, like, take from Japanese mythology. Who could have guessed? The villagers all looked forward to an age of endless peace. However, this is not the end of the story. There is more to this tale than most people know. 100 years had passed since Nagi and Shiranui's heroic exploits. It happened so quickly that no one in the village even took notice. Alright, that was a longer opening than I expected, but it seems like we've gotten through the setup. Uh-oh. Is this the legendary sword? Yeah, it's got a moon on it, it's gotta be. Is this Tsukuyomi, the sword that banished the dreaded Orochi? No, it couldn't be. It's just a legend, nothing but a fairy tale. Uh-oh. You dumb idiot, you released Orochi, probably. Chat, you said this was originally on the PlayStation 2, right? It definitely looks like it was on the PS2, I can tell. If you showed me this cutscene right here and said, hey, what console was this on? I would say the PlayStation 2 in a heartbeat. It reminds me of like the Shaolin Showdown PlayStation 2 game I played. Pretty sure that was on the PS2. Oh, he who seeks power, he who has broken my bonds. Speak the words, I wish darkness unto the world. Utter that prayer unto me and unleash my power. Yo, do you think they should have, like, printed a warning next to the sword? Like, hey, don't pull out sword, will unleash giant 8-headed death serpent? I feel like that could have been mentioned somewhere. Ooh, they're mad. Oh, well, if you just turn the scroll, then everything's fine. Never mind, the scroll got bad again. A horrible tragedy suddenly swept over the land. However, there was one village that seemed to escape the terrible curse. I feel like this is Samurai Jack now, and I'm here for it. Aku! The tiny settlement of Kamiki Village enjoyed the protection of a sacred tree. No, wait, it can't be Samurai Jack, because Aku was the tree. It is here that the real story begins. Oh baby, here we go. What the heck? Hey there. Wood Sprite Sakuya. Sakuyamon? Digimon reference? Let's go. How troublesome. This is just like the ancient prophecy of doom. Ah, well, darn, if only we had known that ancient prophecy of doom would, you know, be a prophecy and thus come true. Deadball, thank you for gifting 11 tier 1 subs to the channel. That's almost 100 subs, like, over, like, lifetime on the channel. Holy cow, dude, thank you so much for the support. 11 is a weird number. Is that how far away the next sub goal was? This is what I'm like now when I get gift subs. I'm like, how does this relate to the sub goal list? Is that why you did this? Yeah, it's 11 away. It's 11 away. I'm gonna go ahead and update that real quick because we hit that. All right, well, Pokemon Infinite Fusion is on the docket now, boys. It is on the docket. Thank you so much for the gift subs, Deadball. Greatly appreciated. Everyone who got a sub, enjoy it. Thank you for the support. What has transpired to bring about such calamity? We must act quickly. There is no time to lose. My power has diminished over the years I've spent protecting this area. I don't have much time left in this world. Amaterasu, Now is the time. We have never needed your power more. Shine your divine light upon this broken and polluted world. Let your heavenly rays become our hope as you guide us all. Yeah, black fire, let's go! I have a feeling we're not gonna get the black fire that Naruto uses for Amaterasu. I was a statue and now I'm a dog? That's pretty sick. Ōkami, Amaterasu. Ōkami just means God in Japanese, right? Kami means God. Because they do like, in Persona, they do like, Izanagi no Ōkami, right? Like to denote a stronger version or something? Ōkami means like top god? Ah, okay, so Kami is God, Ōkami is like, hey, you're like super god. You're like giga god. That's crazy. Ah, such divine white light, such beauty and grace. Yeah, I'm built different. The only one capable of such a wondrous spectacle is none other than our mother and the origin of all that is, Amaterasu. How delightful to see that the savior whose brave sacrifice sealed away the evil demon so many years ago has not changed one bit. Where is my foolish samurai wielding a foolish samurai sword? Seeing you emerge after so many years spent as a statue brings happiness to my heart. Sniff. All right, I'm gonna take a nap though. I've been a statue for so long. I'm like really worn out. Amaterasu. Gaze above you and take in the condition of the sky. Yeah, it's chaos up there. Heyo! Oh man, I've been waiting my entire career to make that joke. Since your untimely departure from our midst, the world has succumbed to devious and vicious beasts. Ah, well, you know, it's their right, I guess. They have ravaged our fine and bountiful country of Nippon. Isn't Nippon just Japanese for Japan, chat? Or am I wrong about that? But never have the circumstances been worse than they are at this very moment. Yeah, it's like there's a lot of black and purple art instead of like white and red art. That normally means things are going bad. Please use your powers to banish the darkness and punish those who would do us harm. Okay, listen. Only if you throw in a lot of head pats. Huh? What is this? Has something stolen its way into my robe? What? Ho ho ho. What is happening? Japan? Woo! What on earth? What just happened? You again? Ow, 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 ow. Are you nuts? Boy, for a little thing, you sure make a big fuss. I was just trying to make the conversation a bit more interesting, that's all. Were you napping in my clothes again, Bug? All right, kind of weird. Bug, I told you 1,000 times not to call me that. I'm a wandering artist. The name's Isun. I've never heard the name Isun before that I can remember. I'll show you just how great I am, and it won't be long till you're bowing before my great brush. What? Okay. Well, what do you think? Even cuter than the real thing, no? What's with you, Furball? You look kinda down in the dumps. Actually, you look kinda familiar. Got it? You look just like that statue of Shiranui. Zimmer, thank you for subbing in tier 1 for 9 months. Greatly appreciated. Oh, I ate it. Oh, it tastes like garbage. Whoa, what do you think you're doing? I was hungry. Are you crazy? A handsome guy like me should never be covered in wolf slobber. You'll regret messing with the great Asun. Is this guy from a Rayman game and he's like lost? Don't make me use my prized sword, Denkomaru, against you. What's that growling sound? Isun is that one samurai who was as tall as a bug and used a sewing needle as a sword? I actually think I have heard of that legend before. I just didn't realize that was the name. Why is it so dark anyway? It's nighttime. Oh, great god Amaterasu. I've used all the power I have to protect Kamiki village. The village lives on. Their spirits lie encased in my fruit. What? Cut it free and the village will be reborn. I trust in you. I know that you will lead us down the right path. Only your awesome power can restore life to the world. Okay, thank you, tree lady. The trees return to normal, huh? That Sakuya girl sure said some weird stuff. The villagers' spirits are being kept inside the fruit. That's the fruit. That girl said that if you cut it down, the village will be restored. But it's awfully high up there. If you don't use some kind of special power, there's no way you're gonna reach it. This darkness is really getting to me too. Can I make the text scroll faster? A lot can happen while you're taking a nap.